Fireside Chat today. Yeah, so good to see everybody. I've got we're in Quartzsite, Arizona. I'm gonna get a fire going. I'm cooking a steak with a baked potato. So that's going. And then I'm gonna show you sunset behind me. So that's really cool. So good to see everybody here. We're just gonna kind of hang out. We're gonna talk about I don't know. We're going to talk about a lot of things. We're mainly going to talk about the channel, YouTube, some things that are going on that I'm not really sure I like. But anyway, we're going to talk about that. But mainly, we're going to just have a fireside chat and cook out. And yeah, I'm going to cook a steak and get a fire going. I'm going to let you guys watch sunset as as I as I cook. So I'll be right back. I'm going to let you guys enjoy a beautiful, absolutely beautiful sunset. I'll be right back. All right. Got a fire going. All right. Good to see everybody, man. Hey, let me know where you're from. We took in about maybe 200 new subscribers in the month of January. So please let me know where you're from. Say hello. I'm going to get one more thing to let you continue watching sunset. If you have ever been in Quartzsite or you've been in Arizona, you know how beautiful these sunsets are. So I'm going to let you watch the rest of the sunset while I get one more thing. Hold on, watch the sunset. It's absolutely beautiful. All right, I got a really nice fire going. Check this out. Let me switch this roll. Got that fire going. We got the cooking a steak. Got a baked potato going on. So who am I got here? I've got we've been completely awkward for 7 months. We've noticed cloudy days. We need more solar panels. Yeah, I've got about like 450 watts going up on here. It's Jason. Let's see. Hello from Barrington, Illinois. Wow, that's crazy. I used to be a bricklayer in Barrington, Illinois years ago. That's really cool. Are you guys completely off or optimally off grid? So we're off grid in Arizona. We've got a 40-acre property up northern Arizona. We're completely off grid. Here in Quartzsite in the LTVA, it's completely off grid. So we don't have any. Yeah, we don't have any power. We have to generate our power. Have to go haul water. We have to go. If we want to go to the dump station, we have to carry a tote with us, dump it in the dump station, and garbage. So there's really not that much difference between um, boondocking in the desert or boondocking anywhere where you don't have any amenities and living off grid. There's really not a lot of difference, except off grid. You're not going to have to go get water every 4 days. Might be like once every 2 weeks or something like that. Hello from southeastern Kentucky. Hey, that's great. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys showed up. So yeah, we're just gonna hang out today. I've not gone live in a minute, and because we've had so many new subscribers, especially in the last month and a half, I think we've taken in about maybe 250 new subscribers. I just really wanted to say hello, kind of reintroduce ourselves. My name's Scott. My partner's Ariane. We've been traveling in a vintage 1976 Airstream for, I don't know, about maybe 6 years now. 2 of those years were up in Yellowstone, where we worked. I worked for the county up there, but we hung up in a mountain town called Cook City for 2 years, which got hugely expensive at the end. We couldn't afford it. And they didn't have any housing for us. And it's hard to live in an Airstream with 200 inches of snow in the wintertime. So uh, we bought the 40 acres a couple years ago. Worked on that last year, and then we're down here in Quartzsite because last year it was really cold up on the 40, so we came down here to warm up. Ariane's working, I'm working, and I go back and forth to the property about once a week. The property's only about 3.5 hours away, so it's really not that far. So anyway, other hiking diva, Holly Stranger, hiking diva. I've known her for a long time. How are you? Are you still in Georgia, by the way? I guess I haven't asked you that. Not really sure if you're in Georgia. But anyway, um, yeah, the sun is setting behind me. Um, so I'll let you guys finish up watching the rest of the sunset. I'm gonna flip the my potato and let you guys just enjoy Quartzsite sunset. Hold on, be right back. All right, let's go. Let's see here. Cool, very cool, very cool. Yeah, good to see everybody, man. So like tonight's fireside chat, I guess, is a couple different things, and I was kind of hoping. And by the way, if you guys can hear me, just make sure you guys can hear me okay, and then I've got audio. Um, this thing is make sure I've got audio. If someone can let me know if they can hear me okay, I'd really super appreciate that. I'm running this off my Starlink, so I never really know how the audio is. If I don't get a lot of responses, I tend to think that it's not streaming well or we're not doing as well with audio. So if somebody can let me know, I would really super appreciate that. And I see the viewership start going down. I'm wondering if anybody can hear me or if we're still even streaming. So if somebody can let me know, I would really appreciate that. Um, no, okay, cool. Well, anyway, I want to talk about YouTube and like where the channel is gonna go and say hello to everybody. You sound like you sound like you are underwater. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Let me hold the mic. If I hold the mic, is that better? If I hold the mic right here, can you hear me better? And I think maybe if I bring this up a little bit, maybe more. I don't know if that's better. Let me know. Like you said, it sounds like you're in your underwear. Yeah, underwater is good too. All right. Okay. I hope this sounds better. All right. Well, I'm gonna keep going until it's not working anymore. But just let me know if this is better. Okay. All right. I'm trying to. I'd like to try to do this inside the Airstream with a studio and with a regular microphone and use that is better now. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I want to do this inside the Airstream with studio with a regular microphone and use OBS and put together a much better live. But like people love when you're walking around and you're people can see things going on instead of someone just sitting in the chair all the time. So, and also, I have a really bad cold. So we've been sick the whole month of January. So if I have to hack or cough, been really super sick this month of January. Ariana and I are kind of giving it to each other back and forth. She gets sick, she gives it to me. I get sick, I give it back to her. It's like a ping pong match. So I'm sorry if I don't sound great. Um, almost everybody's been sick out here. It's crazy. Um, have a Quartzsite sick. Everyone I talk to in town, they're sick. We went up to Parker to visit some friends yesterday. They were sick. So I don't know what's kind of going around, but man, the flu and cold season is terrible this year. So um, yeah, I don't know. Every time we talk to somebody, they've got a really bad, they got a really bad cold. So um, yeah. So anyway, kind of want to talk about YouTube and talk about what our channel's gonna do. I got you. It doesn't sound great, but it's tolerable. But being in your under one help, and the code definitely explains some of it. Yeah, I mean, I can barely talk, so. But I thought it was important to go live because I haven't talked to you guys in such a long time, and kind of wanted to figure out, try to get your help too, because for people that watch the replay, and um, I need your advice. You know, technically. Um, I'm not really sure I like where YouTube is going anymore. The channel's been around since 2006, long before Google bought it. And, I watch these other YouTube videos or channels, and they suck. But they got like 35,000 views, 40,000 views. Excuse me. And I'm wondering, what are they doing right that I'm not doing? So I'm going to give you a big reveal about who we know, and I think it pisses me off even more. So here goes. I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this. I guess I don't really care. But um, I do know someone who works at YouTube. In fact, um, I've known of them for a very long time. Recently, um, they have um, integrated into. Hey Jane, how are you? Good to see you, man. You're from Canada? That's awesome. Recently, they've kind of merged, excuse me, into Ariane and I's life and our family. But they do work for YouTube. In fact, you see them every day on the bottom of your content creators YouTube page. Um, and I guess what I've been told is that, and in not so much direct terms, is that our channel is old and YouTube just doesn't give a crap about it. In fact, it'd be better off, and I quote, it would be better off if you start a new channel and start over. Excuse me. That's kind of hard to take since we've been around since 2006. And, we struggle to get subscribers, we struggle to get views. And I had somebody do an analysis of our channel, and they're pretty much saying what I already knew, that after your first 3 days of launching a video, if you don't have 5, 6,000 views already in 3 days, your 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 video is not worthless. It's not going to go anywhere. Um, they also told me that subscribers don't really mean as much to YouTube anymore. And so, as everyone is always trying to get subscribers, and I think that's more of an ego and pride thing now. But views, like cash is king. In YouTube world, views are king. That's how you get paid, and that's how your content is looked at. Whether it's good quality content, bad quality content, if it connects with your audience. Not so much they're pushing your video out because they don't really do that anymore. It's basically if that video connects with your audience. And by the way, who's your audience? If you have a big audience of like minded people that are watching your video, it's probably going to do well. Um, so you've got to really, it's almost like you got to really start niching it down. The problem with niching it down is that you're going to run out of content. At some point in time, if you want to mix things up a little bit or switch it up, YouTube, that video is going to fail. Excuse me. So it's really kind of a tough game. And so we our videos do really well when I put Quartzsite in the title. I think one video did like 145,000 views. One video did 35,000. Anytime I put Quartzsite in the title, um, you know, a year later, we're at 10,000, 12,000 views, whatever. Um, but I watch these other videos that are meaningless that say nothing, and they're getting 50,000 views, and that's how you get paid. I would love our channel to be something where we could make money and be self-sustainable, but at this point, I don't think it's ever going to happen. So I think we're kind of to a point where I, it's finally starting to sink in that I need to separate our content out and start a new channel, maybe do something different, something that I like to do. You know, we, our this nomadic idea and hiking diva she can attest to it if she's still watching. But this used to be a backpacking channel. This nomadic idea used to be called the Backpacker TV, and we used to have backpacking channels or used to backpacking videos all over. I hiked the Appalachian Trail. We that was our that was our niche. I used to do curated content, and you know, it was pretty successful. That was before YouTube started monetizing videos. By the way, I probably had maybe 20 videos that weren't even monetized, and all of a sudden YouTube monetizes it. I go back 5 years later. I'm like, well, this video had 120,000 views, and this one had 250,000 views, and they weren't even monetized. So I I'm beginning to think our channel is just too old to ever really do anything. So I need your advice, man. Like what should we do? Should we break up our channel? I feel like this is like an antitrust. Like I lost the antitrust lawsuit. You need to break up your channel. Um, but we're not even at 10,000 subscribers, man. And like we've been around since 2006. And I don't think YouTube is suppressing our content, but I think as I found out, it sure's not promoting it, and it's not giving our subscribers notification that we're even putting out content anymore. So if you are a subscriber to our channel and you hit the bell notification, if you have, and you want to be notified for the next video, YouTube is probably not even sending you that notification out anymore. I clicked on your Quartzsite video and subscribed after your honest review of drama. Hey, Jane, thank you so much. Yeah, yep, absolutely. And, and Jane, you bring up a great point. That was a video I didn't really want to do. Personally, it irked me enough to do that because we've been coming out here for a long time. Um, I love Arizona. Been coming out to the desert here in Quartzsite for a long time, and it just kind of irked me that that happened. I got 250 subscribers off that video, and that's not something I really wanted to do. I don't. I don't really want to make that video. I would rather make a video that is worthwhile or watching or entertaining or informative. But calling another YouTube channel, they're full of shit, that didn't really, that didn't make me feel good. But yet, I got 250 subscribers off of that. So I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't really know what to do about our channel anymore. And so I'm not really sure. What do you guys recommend? I'd love to know. Um, oops, what's going on here? Uh, Honesty gets subscribers. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. Um, we've always been honest on our channel. I've never, but to be honest with you, that's probably why we don't get a lot of subscribers. I mean, I went to the YouTube content creators meet up here in Quartzsite, and I couldn't believe the BS that was there. I'm like, I don't know if I want to be that person, but yet when I'm not that person, you know, we don't really gain any traction either. So I'm not really sure. I think I'm definitely going to go back tomorrow after this video, and I'm definitely going to make a category called Courtside. I'm going to make a playlist called Courtside, and then I think I'm going to make a decision in the next couple weeks on whether I'm just going to start a channel just about Courtside and do that, and then maybe another channel about off-grid living, maybe another channel about something else. I don't know. But it doesn't seem like our channel's so old. I think YouTube doesn't really know. I don't think YouTube really knows what to do with it, to be honest with you. 2006, there was the word algorithm hadn't even been invented yet. So I don't know. I really do not know. Do you think being so focused on creating content, the amount of effort involved, are you game to focus on producing for engagement, even if that isn't what you want? I don't know. That's a great question. I go back and forth with that. Yeah, I think when you create content, in my experience anyway, because the Backpacker TV, as you know, was pretty successful. Um, that was a pretty successful brand. I will say this: that after hiking the Appalachian Trail and backpacking for 20 years, I will say this is that I, I ran out of content. I couldn't create content anymore that wasn't a bunch of BS. That did make me happy. And I will tell you something else. When Ariane and I had our podcast, Trust the Trail, it was all about being outdoor guides, which was authentic. We were outdoor guides. We did our guiding certifications in Grand Canyon, some national parks. I just had one in Yellowstone National Park 2 years ago. Um, when we did our podcast, it was the number one outdoor podcast before people started podcasting in that category. And I will say this: that was super authentic, but the name Trust the Trail was all about you're not going to understand about backpacking until you put a backpack on and put your foot on the trail. And so, not to kind of get off the subject with a completely different thing we don't do that podcast anymore. We did 210 episodes, but that was a hugely successful podcast. We made some pretty good money off of it. But after a while, man, I mean, when I hiked the Appalachian Trail, if you brought a phone with you, you were like, I mean, I mean, it was like the Salem witch. They'd set you on fire. They'd hang you. That was such a taboo thing when I hiked the trail. You bring a camera. That was the worst thing you could ever do on the Appalachian Trail. Now I see people with a film crew, with a YouTube film crew. And it's got to be more. It's got to be more. It's got to be more. Well, who's the fastest one? Who's like I'm going to crawl the Appalachian Trail. I'll be the first one to crawl it. And it's all BS and it's all marketing and it's gotten to a point where it's all affiliate based. And my biggest argument with somebody one time was that does YouTube spread misinformation? I'm like, yeah, it does. And they're like, no, how does it spread misinformation? I'm like, well, if I tell you the 5 best tents to buy, you know, and it's because they're safe for you and your family. The 5 best tents you're gonna buy, but I don't. And all my 5 tents are affiliate linked based, and YouTube is paying me to tell you what the 5 best are. But I leave out the 5 other cottage industry brands that are better, that are safer, that probably are better quality made. But I don't tell you that. Why? Because I don't make any money off of it. Is that misinformation? Well, I don't know. I guess it is if you buy the wrong tent and it leaks and you're full of condensation. So anyway, that's a whole different thing. But that's my biggest complaint against YouTube sometimes is that you're right. It is all about honesty and it's about, but I just don't know if that sells. You are a guru about so many different areas. I'm pretty sure that you could have a bunch of different channels, niche versus broader. Um, Scott accused me of luring a copperhead to snuggle up with him while backpacking to the Chattanooga or Chattooga. Yeah, well, that's a pretty wet trail. I got some great stories about the Chattooga River Trail. I hiked that trail. I brought a family when I was guiding with them one time after a huge rainstorm. In fact, the Chattooga River was flooding, and the kids wanted me. They go, "Hey, you're gonna make a fire, right?" I was like, "That's a lot of pressure." So anyway, that's my big thing with YouTube. It's like, and with the AI stuff coming along, um, I think YouTube is trying, finally, I do think they're trying to connect better with the content creator. Although, I don't think if you have even 100,000 subscribers, I'm not really sure YouTube cares that much about your channel. um, I was told during Thanksgiving when I was talking to this individual, Mr. YouTube, as I'll call him, um, about some of the things that I thought maybe was concerning. And he looked at me and said, "Hey, man, Google made, 3.2 billion dollars last year. Do you think we care about?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, that kind of answers the question." It's like, no, I don't think they really give two flying ass wipes about, your backpacking channel, your off-grid channel. So that's why I'm thinking about redoing some stuff. I think if you go to a YouTube content creators meeting or a meetup and you see everybody's there's so much hope in their eyes that you know, man, I'm gonna be success. I mean, you make a penny a view, penny per view. So if you want to make a steady income on YouTube, you need at least at a minimum per video, 50 to 100,000 views to make any good money consistently, which would be what 3 or 4 times a week. But YouTube's only a slice of the pie. That's a minimum tiny little sliver of the pie. You need other things. You may need a book. You may need a website that sells merch. You might have your brand has to be bigger than your YouTube channel. So YouTube is a very small sliver of the pie, and I can deal with to tell you that. Uh, dude, you seriously accuse me like I'm going to what? That I'm a snake when you what? That could be. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, uh, so that's that gig, and so for people that are watching the replay, I'd love for you to comment. What do you think? What do you think YouTube is? How do you think YouTube is doing? If you're a content creator, do you see a lot of changes? I see a lot of changes. I follow them on X. Wasn't a banner wasn't a banner month for YouTube and the content creator liaison in December. Um, they deleted millions of channels in December. Um, so I'm saying that there's a big pendulum swing in YouTube. I think YouTube TV will break off. I think YouTube will be a different platform. I think content creators with a higher echelon of subscribers and views will be separated, perhaps. That's where I think it's going. That's just my opinion. You guys heard it here first on this little tiny, this nomadic idea channel. Um, and so you guys can snip this and say, that guy sitting in the desert Quartzsite by the fire, he was absolutely right about that. So you guys hear it here first. I'm going to stay here. Don't be sunset is it's almost finishing. I'm going to put the steak on and flip my potato, and I will be right back. Don't move. Watch the sunset. Okay, put some light on this situation, man. I look like I'm a haunted now. Um, so yeah, the sunset is absolutely beautiful. Hope you guys got to see that. So I got a fire going. I got the steak and potato on, Jane. It is awesome out here. I don't. Did you tell me where you're from, Canada? Um, what other things can I spill about Scott? Oh, very funny. Um, where did we camp at? I'm trying to remember where we camped at one time. Um, where was that campground by the river? It wasn't Sweetwater. There was another campground I met you at that we went camping at one time. I can't remember. It wasn't Sweetwater. And I have no idea where that was. That was very nice of you. It's very nice of you to say that. Hiking Diva, what was that campground? It was off of the expressway, on 20, I think, or maybe it was. I can't remember. It wasn't Sweetwater. It was someplace else. That had a little dam, I guess. Had like a little dam with water. I can't remember where we went to. That was really nice. I thought that was a pretty good one. I know Clarence on that. So High Falls State Park. That's right. High Falls. Yep. 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 I like that one. That was a good one. I can't remember. I don't think I slept in the tent. I slept in the car. You slept in the car. I can't remember. God, that seemed like that was forever ago. I think the last backpacking trip I went on, I think the last hard, I met a YouTuber today who had 1,200 subscribers, and I was first summer to meet him. I'm from Alberta. Okay, cool. That's awesome. That is that's awesome. Well, I'm glad you came in to watch our little channel. Um, I hiking diva. I can't remember the last backpacking trip I went on. I I want to say the last hard one I went on was a couple years ago. I went back in the Sycamore Wilderness Canyon. That was in Sedona or near Sedona. Um, which you know on any good day, that's a death trap. But I think that I took a person hiking in there. And we had to cache water before the trip because it's the second largest canyon in Arizona. I think that was the last one I went in. Um, I just went caving 3 months ago, um, and with another YouTuber. Um, so I think that was you know I think that was about it. Other than just, like normal day hikes and stuff like that and hike around. I'm so busy on the off-grid property. Most of the time I'm exhausted and I just don't want to do anything when I have free time anymore. So I just don't. And that's another thing too. It's like, kind of how do you mix the whole RV travel and Quartzsite where, hey man, I'm gonna dig a trench for my on my off-grid property. That's why I always think that, this person that I'm so sorry, you guys. This person that looked at our channel, it was it was it was Ariane's sister who's in the podcast Hall of Fame. I'll just say that. Anyway, she looked at the channel and she was like, "Well, you jump around, you do this video, maybe you do that video." I'm like, "Well, yeah, we try to be a well-rounded channel that offers um, outdoor topics, off-grid, backpacking, travel. But I don't think YouTube likes that. So there lies the problem where if we don't get in 3 days, if we are not over 500 views, that video is done. I mean, that's not going anywhere. So that's just kind of the way it is. I have seen views kind of pick up a little bit more recently, and I don't know, but we still can't get past on a regular video. We still can't get past 1,200 views. So that's pretty much the way it is. You need you need different channels. We'll have to catch up offline. Or you tell you what camping, or not spelunking. Um, Sedona is he's involved yet. It sure is. It sure is. So anyway, um, so yeah, I'm gonna share the fire. I'm gonna put a steak on, and yeah, I think we may call it. Let me put this mic on. I'm totally sorry about the audio, you guys. So there's the campfire. There's the steak there. It is beautiful. Man. Look at that guy. All right, you guys. Well, I think that's about it, man. I really super appreciate everybody coming in, joining the Fireside Chat. If you're watching the replay, please comment. Let me know where you guys are from. Thank you guys so much for coming in, supporting the channel for all these years. If you guys got some feedback, what you'd like to see, post them in this comment. That's the only way I know what you guys want to watch. It's really your channel. It's not my channel. It's your channel that you guys can learn from and talk and connect with each other, blah, blah, blah. And, kind of all this, we're all in this together. So anyway, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.